Everyone, my name is Brian. If you don't know by now, this is brianqblog.wordpress.com. Check it out. Articles. Sorry about that. Check it out for the articles. Check it out for the videos such as this one. This is a weekly countdown. Not countdown, but rundown of the articles that I published earlier in the week. Usually three, maybe a little bit more in there if I feel like it. And pretty much, yeah, let's just get it going. If you don't know by now, my name is Brian Q. This is a video game centered blog that goes around pretty much what's coming out, news in the gaming industry, such as companies going under, which seems to be not that frequent lately, and just new games being announced, game delays, like we'll get into in a little bit. But for now, let's just get into the three articles that I've written earlier this week. The first one, let me just double check, is the EA UFC demo. If you've been, keeping up with the game UFC by EA, the guys who made Fight Night, which is really fun, if you ask me. They came out with the game. June 17th is the release date, but the demo is coming out today, Tuesday. I'm filming this kind of late, and it's dating the video greatly, but whatever. I've been playing it earlier today. It's not what I really expected out of the guys that made Fight Night. I don't think it's as fast as it should be. It's definitely not as fast as the videos on YouTube make it look like. I think there's a considerable delay between the button press and the actual action on screen. Maybe that's just me. Maybe they'll fix it. It's just a bug fix that'll happen when the game comes out. Who knows? But for right now, my demo impressions are, it's fun to play. I've been playing the match like for crazy with some buddies of mine, but yeah, I don't know. I'm still uncomfortable shelling out $60 for it, but it looks amazing. It's not as fast, and also the punches, especially knockout punches, don't look like they do too much damage. They just look like regular punches. There's no considerable facial animations that make you think like, oh, this guy's out. It's just a punch and he's on the ground. And granted, that's UFC, but I would like it for a video game to make me feel like I have this power in my hands that's knockout power. As of right now, it doesn't really feel that way. Especially with these two fighters, Jon Jones and Alexander Gustafsson, who you have seen, if you are in the fighting, if you're a fan of fighting, you've seen these two guys go at it before. Gustafsson almost getting the better hand of Jon Jones, but the demo very, very beautifully recreates what is really cool about the sport. The fans, the octagon, the blood is all very, very good. It's just, yeah, a little bit of lack of impact and a little bit slow on the reaction time. But other than that, I'm having a lot of fun with the demo. Again, June 17th, check out the game. The next article I got here is, a little bit of movie news. Thanos. Yeah, Thanos from the Avengers. If you stuck around for the Avengers film, and at the very end, the little post-credit sequence, you saw a character, purple face, smile at the camera. We all know by now it's Thanos. It's been released. And earlier this week, well, last week technically, Josh Brolin was announced as the voice for Thanos, who will be in the new Guardians of the Galaxy movie coming out I think in August, actually. Yeah, it's coming out. So, again, Thanos isn't going to be a main villain in the movie coming up, Guardians of the Galaxy. He's going to be more of the guy behind the scenes. In the article, I kind of illustrate what they have, the plans they have for Thanos. So check it out. Again, the main villain though is Ronan the Accuser, played by Lee Pace. And if you've never seen Ronan the Accuser before, he was in a couple episodes of the Fantastic Four cartoon, the newest one. I think MTV came out with one, and he was also in I think it was an Avenger-themed show. I forgot exactly what the title was, but it was like the newest, not Earth's Mightiest Heroes, the one before. Oh, no, yeah, it was Earth's Mightiest Heroes. He was in a couple episodes of that when he comes down and invades Earth. I think it was like in the latter half of the season of that run that they had. But yeah, man, Josh Brolin, very good actor. If you don't know him, he was in True Grit. He was most recently in, I think, Men in Black 3, or I forget which one. But he played Agent K when they go back in time. So he plays a younger Tommy Lee Jones. So if you don't know him, you should. He's a really good actor. And I'm excited, man. I dig his voice. He doesn't sound like a Thanos. And if you've seen him in any performances, let me know if you think so. I don't think he sounds that threatening or imposing. Like, you think of Thanos, this giant of a creature, you expect a bass heavy voice, not some guy who's very, his voice is no like Laughing Matter. It's very stern and strict, but it doesn't really have that bass. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, that's just my take on it. Third article here, again staying with film, is that Ant-Man, the film Ant-Man, is still directorless. Previously, Edgar Wright was attached to the project, as I mentioned last week, but he left the project due to personal, or I mean, creative reasons with the studio and with Marvel Studios and himself. They wanted to take the script in a certain direction. He felt he didn't want to do that, so he, politely backed out. Some news is coming in saying that it was he's leaving on bad terms, but what can you believe? But originally, Edgar Wright stated that he's on good terms with Marvel, and it's just different visions. That's all you could do. But recently, last week, around Tuesday last week, Adam McKay, the director of the Anchorman series and all those Will Ferrell movies, really, he also does a lot of Funny or Die. He's one of the co-founders of Funny or Die, I think, along with Ferrell. He was announced as a leading candidate to helm the film, but then he backed out as well due to personal reasons, not creative. So again, Ant-Man stays directorless. We don't have any sort of candidates out in the air right now, but expect one soon because they do want to keep that July 2015 release date, and in order for that to happen, they have to start production very soon. So yeah, other than that, the film is pretty much set to go. They have their main character in Paul Rudd as the actor. I forget the name, but it's not Hank Pym. Hank Pym will be played by Michael Douglas, and if we believe the casting, we should believe the comics in which this Ant-Man steals Hank Pym's suit and becomes the Ant-Man out of, just necessity because he needed to save a family member. Something like that. Something along those lines. Imagine that. And if that was actually the most entertaining run of Ant-Man, because the original Ant-Man, Hank Pym, not so much. But yeah, so those are the three articles I got. Some breaking news. I guess you can call it breaking news. But Batman Arkham Knight, the game I'm freaking passionate for, man. I'm waiting for this one, has just been delayed to 2015. On the good note, however, a lot of people have been seeing the game released at GDC recently. A couple of other news websites, definitely not me because I'm nobody, but a lot of big ones, I'm not going to mention any names, have been out and saw the game in person, in action. They've seen the Batmobile being played with. They've gotten their hands on it, and everyone's coming back with a good sense of the game. They're thinking it's going to be great. Graphics look amazing. If you don't know, Arkham Knight is technically the fourth game in the Arkham series, with Arkham Origins being the third by a different studio, but this is the third one made by Rocksteady. Rocksteady made Arkham Asylum and then Arkham City, and now we got Arkham Knight, which, the way it seems, is the end of the Arkham series, not necessarily of Batman, but of the Arkham series. And we see a much older Bruce Wayne, coming into Gotham. Everyone's evacuated. It's him and Scarecrow. Scarecrow's the main bad guy who's trying to inject fear toxin into the ocean. Like every Scarecrow plan he does, Batman comes in, tries to save the day. The crazy thing about this new game, though, is that there's this Arkham Knight. There's an actual Arkham Knight, and rumors are floating around on who could it be. A lot of people think it is Azazel. If you played Arkham City and you played the little side missions, you saw Azazel. Azazel, what the hell? That's from an X-Men First Class. Azrael. He's a hooded figure. He's got some cool eyes and got a hook for, some sort of attachment on his glove, and he kills people. He's like Batman, but he kills. And in Arkham City, in the side missions, he says he's got a plan for Gotham City and how he's gonna burn it to the ground and whatever. So a lot of people think that. Some people think it's Hush. I think it's Jason Todd. I've seen some pictures. I'll put the trailer in the actual article for this video back at brianqblog.wordpress.com. So check it out. But I think it's Jason Todd. The way the guy's set up, he's very military-esque. He's got some red on him. It reminds me a little bit of Under the Red Hood, especially the animated film that they came out with recently, like about maybe a year back, maybe even a year and a half back. So I think it's Jason Todd. They said, though, Rocksteady has announced that it's a new character. But you can take that with a grain of salt. Yeah, Arkham Knight is a new character, but the man underneath the hood, or mask, whatever, that can be a character that we all know. Again, that pretty much covers it, guys. Those were my articles. Again, please check out brianqblog.wordpress.com. Let's talk about video games. Let's talk about movies. Let's talk about comic books, superheroes, all this crap. that I'm a big fan of. I know if you're watching this, you should be a big fan of it too. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching. Pick up those controllers, start playing. Right now, Murdered Soul Suspect is in my PS4. What's in yours? Check it out. Later.